In this video, we are going to be looking at volume of cylinder. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is that the volume of any shape, this is like a general formula for volume of any shape. The volume of any shape is usually the base area times the height. Now, there are exceptions, but most shape, the volume of the shape would be the base area times the height. Now, I need you to always put this at the back of your mind. Does this make sense? Now, if we look at a cylinder, this is a cylinder. The base of a cylinder is a circle. Just pardon that drawing. So if I want to find the volume of a cylinder, I'll be having volume of cylinder. Now, what is the area of a circle? The area of a circle is pi r square. So that means base area is pi r square times the height of the cylinder. So it means that volume of a cylinder equals to pi r square h. And here's the formula for the volume of a cylinder. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's an open cylinder or a closed or solid cylinder. It doesn't matter. The volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. Do you understand? Now, before we take examples, I need you to understand that the volume of any shape, if you are asked to define volume, nobody will ask you in exam, but it just gives you a better understanding of the topic. The volume of any shape is like the amounts that container or the shape can take. Does that make sense? So if I tell you that the volume of this cylinder is, let's say, 1000 centimeter cube, it means that this cylinder can contain 1000 centimeter cube of water, for example. Does that make sense? So the volume of a shape is the amount of substance that shape can contain. Now remember, the first thing you want to do is to write the formula for volume of a cylinder. And don't forget, volume of any shape is the base area times the height. And the base area of a cylinder is pi r square times height. So we have volume equals to pi r square h. The next thing you want to do is to outline what you were given from the question. We know that the diameter is 10 centimeter. So diameter is 10 centimeter. But if you look at the formula, there is no diameters. But we know that radius is diameter over 2. So radius is 10 over 2. So radius is 5 centimeter. So it means that radius equals to 5 centimeters. And then we are told that the height is 11 centimeter. Can you see? Now, we're not told to take pi as anything. So we can decide to take pi as 22 over 7. Do you understand? Now, we've got to slot this into the formula. Then we have volume equals to pi 22 over 7 times radius is 5. So we have 5 square times height is 11 over 1 over 1. Does this make sense? So we have volume equals to 22 over 7 times 5 square is 5 times 5. 25 over 1 times 11 over 1. Now, nothing can cut, so we just multiply the numerator and divide by the denominator. So we have volume equals to 22 times 25 times 11. That will give us 6050 all over 7. Does this make sense? So we have volume equals to 6050 divided by 7 will give us approximately 864.29, and then we've got centimeter cube. Now, don't always forget the unit. For volume, it's either centimeters cube or meters cube, and sometimes liters. Does that make sense? This is your answer. Can we take another example? How many liters of oil will a cylindrical drum of radius 21 centimeter and height 10 centimeter contain? Now, anytime you are asked how many liters of something or how many centimeter cube will something contain? That's basically volume of that shape. Does that make sense? Remember, I told you that volume is the amount of substance a container would can contain. Does that make sense? So basically what you are asked here is to find the volume of the cylindrical drum. Can we do that? Now, what's the volume of a cylinder? What's the formula? We have volume equals to pi r square h. I hope you've not forgotten. Base area times height. Alright, so what were we given from the question? We know that the radius is 21 centimeters. We know that the height is 10 centimeters. In this question also, we're not given pi. So we can decide to take pi as, if we like, 22/7. Does this make sense? So we slot this into the formula. We'll be having volume equals to pi 22/7, radius 21 square, height 10/1. Do you understand? So we have volume equals to 22/7 times 21 square is 21 times 21. Does this make sense? Now we can have 7 year 1, 7 year 3. So we are left with 22 times 3 times 21 times 10. Can we do that? That will give us 13,860. So we have volume equals to 13,860. Now, because the unit is centimeter, we'll be having centimeter cube. Does this make sense? But if we go back to the question, you'll see that we are being asked how many liters of oil. So our answer should be in liters, not centimeter cube. So we've got to convert centimeter cube to liters. Does that make sense? Now look at what I'm going to do. Now if we decide to do it somewhere here, now you've got to ask yourself how many centimeter cube is equivalent to 1 liter. So we have 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. Does this make sense? So 1 liter equals to 1000 centimeter cube. What that means is that we are trying to find how many liters, I'm representing it as x, would give us 13,860 centimeter cube. Does this make sense? So centimeter cube will be under centimeter cube. So if we know that 1 liter is equivalent to 1000 centimeter cube, the question is how many liters is equivalent to 13,860 centimeter cube. So what we just do is to cross multiply. X times 1000 will give us 1000x equals to 13,860 times 1 will give us 13,860. To find x, we divide both sides by 1000. Do you understand? 1000 cancels 1000. We are left with x. Now if you look, 1000 has 3 zeros. So I can just take the points backwards. Take the decimal points backwards. 3 times 1, 2, 3. So our answer will be 13.860, which is equals to 13.86 liters. Does this make sense? So this is our answer. I hope you understand.